Now, Central Oregon's local alert weather with Eric Oren.
Well, good morning to you, Central Oregon. We've almost made it to the end of the week. One more day left. Let's start your Thursday off with a look at current conditions in both Bend and Redmond. Well below freezing here in both areas. In fact, most of the forecast area is going to be below freezing until a little bit later this morning. But not looking at any precipitation, wind light and calm, and visibility looking okay in both of these areas. We have seen a couple of areas with some limited visibility, but we'll speak about that in just a moment. Here's a look at Lava Butte, both directions north and south, and temperatures well below freezing, but clear conditions. And roads have been fairly dry, so not a whole lot of concern over black ice, but certainly not none. It could definitely be in play. Here's a look at Highway 97 at 61st Street, there between Bend and Redmond, and that's another situation where temperatures are definitely in place where you could see black ice, but roads are fairly clear, so a little bit less concern than we've seen. Now, some visibility that we've seen fluctuating throughout the morning. We had a little bit of limited visibility toward Lapine and Sun River, also some in Sisters, and that pocket to the northeast portion of the forecast area there has fluctuated a couple of times. Right now it's died down, but wanted to keep you aware of the areas where you might see some limited visibility out there on your commute, and of course with these temperatures, any fog could easily be freezing fog and create additional accumulations of ice on elevated surfaces. So that's something to be well aware of. Now, temperatures over the next 12 hours are going to warm up. I mentioned sometime around 9, 10 o'clock, we're going to be well above the freezing threshold, and then we're going to top out somewhere below 50 degrees. By the time you're commuting home, you shouldn't be back to those freezing temperatures, but we will definitely get there tonight. As the main feature in the region is this area of high pressure over the Pacific Northwest. Now, that's the main reason why we're seeing things so clear. It's going to allow us to warm up throughout the day, and then that lack of wind and those clear conditions also setting us up for some chilly nights ahead. So this is going to be basically what we see for the foreseeable forecast. There's a chance there's a little weather coming our way sometime later next week, but it's a little unclear how serious that's going to be, and we'll keep you posted as that comes to pass. But the other thing we do know is that temperatures are going to be warming up. We're on the way into a warming trend as of right now, and by the time we reach this weekend, we're going to be well above average, close to 10 degrees above average in some areas here in the forecast region. So maybe grab yourself a little picnic, make yourself a little sandwich, take yourself to the park. That's certainly what I'm planning on doing if I get a second alone. But nicer weather is on the way and should be here for a little while. Now, with that, we do have tree pollen in play. Tree pollen does start coming around March and April, and it lasts through usually around June. We'll have these other types of pollen coming into play as well. But as of right now, that juniper is starting to affect those who are dealing with some allergies. So something to be aware of. Now, some current temperatures. We're fairly chilly. The 20s across the forecast area, coolest in Lapine and Sun River at 20 and 21 degrees. Sisters also looking fairly chilly there as well. Whole area is going to warm up a little bit later this morning. Let's take a look at your highs. We're expecting the 40s and 50s here on the high desert, and those chilly overnight lows we've been speaking about in the 20s across the high desert. So let's take a look here at your 7-day forecast. We do see a lot of sun out there, and by the time we reach this weekend, be in the 60-degree range. And those overnight lows are going to climb up above that freezing threshold and stay there into the early portion of next week and looking fairly consistent for the meantime. That's a look at your local alert weather.